So what's the plan today?
We're out here at O'Neill's Marina, which is where I normally launch from. We're going to run out there to probably the bridge. We're going to load up on some bait, and we're going to see if we can't chum up some redfish and snook, and probably fish some trout down deep as well. So fish has been good, and basically we're going to fight this fog probably.
Are we going to follow people like you normally do, like the other guides, to where, because you don't know where to go?
Yeah, well, it's hard to follow people with this fog, but normally that's my style. But you know, today I think we'll just go on our own, maybe go off.
Anderson's not here, so I don't know where we're going to go.
No, he's definitely not here today, but we don't know where we're going, man. If you look at this fog behind us, we're probably going to be lost out there somewhere, so we're going to have a good old time, though. I'll get to watch you miss a bunch of fish like you normally do, probably be on your phone all day long.
So, taking you to school again.
Taking me to school,
You're going to have front row seats to the Redfish show today, aren't you?
I'm really glad everybody gets to see you live.
This is the only chance you're going to get to see you on the ground. You're going to be in the tower all day.
You know,
who lands my fish?
You're not a paying client. But if you want to start paying your bill, I'll start baiting your hook up.
As long as I owe you, you'll never go broke. That's for sure. Today I'm fishing with Captain Bret Norris, real good friend of mine. As I've told y'all before, there's a reason why I fish with people. It may not be that they catch all the fish in the world, it's just the passion is there. And as you'll see today, we were out there all day. I think the only thing that brought him back was his wife. But I'm really happy that I met him. He's a great guy. Probably never would have met him. He's from St. Pete. I think he's like a surfer or something. I'm not really much into surfing.
Me and Mike met for the first time. We were going to do a TV show based on 4 fishing buddies. So we kind of played it off that we were all fishing buddies, but I had never met Mike before. So that was the first time I ever got to meet Mike and learn the ways of the dark side.
A little bumpy out here for the surfboard, isn't it?
Oh, it is a sporty morning. This is we're giving you a real life shot of what some captains go through in the morning. This is a lot of fun. I mean, we got like 3-footers.
I didn't see the option where I could be picked up after bait. Was that one of the choices on the website?
No, you're a grinder, man. We like to bring you out in the good stuff.
Yeah,
being the offshore guy, Louisiana, man, you've been through some serious stuff in your day, I'm sure.
Yeah, but usually a little more than a piece of plywood with a V8 on the back and a tower. One good thing about going with Bret Norris is I know I'm gonna probably get wet. This is a band breaker. I done popped 2 rubber bands coming through that no wake zone. Good thing is the fish cops don't come out on days like this either, so pretty much you don't have to abide by any signs or.
You get a boat like this, a surfboard, they can't get you anyways. We just hide in the fog. We go some skinny stuff.
No numbers on. If y'all notice, there's no FL numbers. No names.
We're a camo wrap away from being a duck hunting boat.
That's right.
So. Well, let's go catch some bait, buddy.
Yeah, let's catch bait.
Let's get this crap over with.
I tell you about Bret's boat, it fishes, both of them. He's got 2 different boats. He runs, I think, a Ranger and some kind of boat that you can actually, I think you can pee off the front and it'll run on dry land. It's one of them tunnel boats. It runs through nothing, and of course, it doesn't take the waves that good, but it has no water line. There's no gunnel. It's basically a very little boat with a lot of horsepower. It's designed to run in really shallow water. I would call it a magic carpet ride. You really want to see how good a guy is? pick the worst day of the week. That's what we did. See what Bret's got in. Tournament fisherman, so he's used to it. He bends some rules sometimes. He has been questioned, but never convicted. Bret's got these birds trained to where they eat my bait, but not his. What I like to do here is put the net in the well because it takes them longer to get the bait back out. Welcome to the Catfish Show. That was quick. I smell a ladyfish. Bret's one of the best at ladyfish. Do we get to count ladyfish? Baby tarpon. First baby tarpon 2021. Who's in the boat? Captain Bret Norris. He's friendly about all that. Oh yeah, D-hooker works great. What is flim flam?
When you're out fishing out here, you want to remember your safety and make sure that all your stuff on your boat works. Everything has got to work.
Well, I don't know that I can exactly tell you what flim flam is, but I'll give you some examples of flim flam. Today I'm fishing. Bret puts me on with a weight and a pinfish. I look over at his rig. He's got a cork free line to a greenback. He caught a fish I didn't. That's flim flam.
Whoa. Finally, huh, buddy? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous about the 20-pounder. I will get made fun of this big now. I got some drag on this rod, buddy. Ain't too bad. He's not a monster, but he's not a dink. Probably like 26 and a half, maybe 26 inches or so. You know, anything over 25 is a pretty decent one, I'd say. So it's not a bad little guy. Try to get this
smaller than the ladyfish I caught. He's not a full point, is he? So it's 1-to-1.
I think this sucker would be going home if it was in his little hands over there. So we're gonna make sure he gets away before Mahoney gets too excited. Right out. 1-0, boy.
You know, every time I go to a seminar, and a lot of times people think that you've learned everything about fishing, and I've always had an open mind when people tell me stuff. I go to a seminar about something that I do a lot, like maybe snook fish or offshore fish or whatever it is. I always try to learn something. With Bret, sometimes you don't have to try to learn it, you'll learn it. I couldn't believe what I saw today. The birds are terrible. They're learning how to eat baits and all that stuff. All they're doing is following fishermen to be able to survive. And Bret told me a trick, you know, first thing everybody wants to do, I tried to pull it way out of his mouth, you know, get it well away from him, and that's not the key with those birds. Bret suggested just move it a few inches because they only got so much of a target. Started doing that and it seemed like it worked most of the time. So yeah, I learned something good today. Hey Bret, I got a question for you. You got the cork, catching fish. I've got Uncle Bobo here, and not catching. Well, I'm catching birds.
Let me show y'all how he hooked his bait. Have you ever
You hook
seen
it through the mouth. That's the way I
someone
catch
shove
grouper.
it inshore through his eye?
No,
But
and
are
let me
we catching grouper today?
Can I explain why? Because when you run it through their mouth and it pinches their mouth shut, they die right away. You put it like a bit in a horse, and he'll live all day
That's both
unless your bird buddies eat him.
See,
He'll live all day like that. I'd take him home.
I'd stick him in there.
Oh, straight through the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Or in his
paralyzed.
Or in his butt, man.
Paralyzed. Oh, swim upside down. That's natural.
Put that fish in water if he swims upside down.
Then drag him backwards. That'll for sure kill him. You know what happens? How long you been a guide? Like a year?
Mike Mahoney. What can I say about Mike Mahoney? Oh man, you know he's got a little something for everything that I do. Pretty much, like I said, on the boat, it doesn't matter if it's my clothes or my boat or my rods or my reels. There's nothing ever good enough for him. But I know deep down it's just jabs at me. He likes to punch and punch and punch, and he thinks I'm gonna break, but it never happens. But Mike Mahoney's honestly one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. He's rough around the edges, but when you get to know him, he's a really super awesome dude. He'll help anybody out. Good fisherman, good hunter, taking me out hunting. Shot my first deer with Mike, so you can't say enough good words about Mr. Mahoney there. So we made a little move, try to get some warmer water because the fish weren't really responding earlier this morning. So we're gonna try and fish underneath the bushes. The tide rose up too, so we can get it up in there, and there should be some redfish sitting in here. So we're gonna sit and kind of marinate some of these cut thread fins that we had in the live well and see if we can't finally get on some kind of a bite today. That's my favorite line you ever had. That's the only 2 people could have caught that fish and you're not one.
Huh. I put on a clinic that day with the big fish. Cobia rod. Of course, it wasn't the cobia. Wasn't a very proud moment.
That was the story. That would have been the fish of the year for me if you would have hooked that one.
I wonder why I couldn't just wait another 10 feet. Threw right on top of him. Oh yeah. 14-2, people.
You're in my road now, Grandpa. There'll be another one in there too. Some bigger ones. You get that? You get that cast? There's a lot of them up there. Little bugger.
John. Angles.
Look at you go. That is how you catch a redfish, and you're going to catch 2 of them on one bait. That's the greatness of the thread fin. White bait would have fell right on.
We're going back to the right way to hook them. I'm gonna show you, like a bit for a horse through the mouth. That way he can swim. You don't have his mouth shut. Brett don't really know what he's talking about. We got Snoopy rods all over the place trying to catch fish. So if you notice, he told me to cast over here. I cast over here. He goes somewhere else. That's flim flam.
He'll blow it for sure.
Baby ass drag.
Hey, how far back is that thing? Good Lord. So now all that mess you just said about me over there, and look at you go.
Got me in the bush.
I can see your bait. Kind of do like what you do with the grouper. let him kind of run for a minute and see if he'll come back the other direction.
He called it. Points, isn't it? 2-point fish right here. 20-pound leader. Why I don't use it. You know, to let everybody know how the day went and how I feel about the day, it was a great day. The first thing was I got the phone call that started out that we went from 7:30 to 8:30, which means an hour more sleep, and I'm all with that. That's one thing I like to do is sleep. Coming over the Skyway today, seeing the fog, 15-mile-an-hour winds, I knew it was going to be a tough day for anybody, but I knew I was with the right guy, Captain Bret. I knew he's going to put us on fish, and I knew he's going to work hard for us. We hit a ton of spots, and I tell people this all the time, it's West Coast fishing. You go, catch a fish or two, you move. Very seldom do you get to go in there and just tear them up on the first hole. So we're out late, and we fished hard, we caught fish, had a great time. The main thing about Tales from the Dark Side is that I'm bringing it to you to just show you it's not about catching the most or shooting the biggest or the most or anything like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm introducing people to who I work with, who I deal with, and who I have fun with. I'm Mike Mahoney. This is Tales from the Dark Side. Today we're going to talk about proper ground for your trailer lighting. Captain Bret Norris is the best at it. Here's your ground. Make sure the contact's good. Pair of vice grips. It'll probably take at least 6 months to rust out. Clamp it on, you got a ground. This tip brought to you by Captain Bret Norris.